So, working on flattening this out. I got this here, I got that, another one of those in there somewhere to keep that straight and flat as possible. So that way it's straight and flat as possible, and like in the pocket area. And I got that flattened down as much as possible, being super careful not to touch the hot iron because it's hot. And I sprayed this on there a little bit, helps the fabric to lie down a bit, and then just like sit, you know, where I want it to stay. I'm trying to just get it to be completely flat. So what I'm trying to do here, by the way, this is a couple of king size pillows. That's a cork board, about a half inch thick, and that's on my upholstery table or fabric work table. And I'm about ready to get these neat shears here that have serrated edges. It's called pinking shears. As you see right here, that's starting to fray a little bit, and I'll be able to see it as well until I go wait. See, that's fraying like crazy. So I can stop that from fraying and make a nice clean straight cut. So at least it looks nice until I'm actually ready to hem those pants. And these pinking shears only work on tightly woven fabrics, tightly knitted fabrics. So they would not work on woven fabrics or things that have larger stitches, just smaller. Anyway, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to flatten this down with iron. I'm not going to do that because of safety reasons. Pausing the camera. Alright, now you can see there's some steam rising out there. It's because I sprayed it down nice and wet. That is about as flat as I'm going to get that edge. Now I'm going to see if I can do a camera move while also cutting. I'm going to do this. Maybe. I guess I could probably set the camera up kind of like this. I want to get a flat edge across there, so what I'll do careful now, is this table's made so that I can work in a pretty closed in environment, but this is just so I can get a nice flat edge on there. So it's like minimally crooked. I want to go as perpendicular to the edge of that line as I can, because that line is like the line that's keeping my pants straight. But is it? Maybe. I guess, you know, I could be wrong. But anyway, let's just go with I'm right. And this line, following that line is a good idea. Because I don't know, it's been a while since I've seen that real edge of that pants. But we're gonna just do this, and then, you know, actually let's just go with my judgment here and try to just not cut as much radical edge off there. Try to go like right in the middle. You know, would that be right? Well, no, because then you wouldn't have like squared pants on the bottom. You want to go like this, because then you'll have squared pants on the bottom. Yeah, that makes more sense. All right, now that I'm done debating with myself, let's cut this down. Oh shit! Sorry, cursing. I just realized I'm cutting on a place that I'm not supposed to cut on, but I got a solution for that. I have a mini cutting board someplace. Let me find it. There we go. So that's my spinner. That's why it's important in the world of fashion to have a spinner that spins around. That's because you see how that board is slightly rotating? Well, that's what it does. Anyway, make sure this is flat and get ready to cut. And the spinner in this case is a nice surface that can be cut without a problem. It's a healable surface. Make sure I'm completely pulled in and rolled up. So I don't want to miss anything. You know. Yeah, buddy. I can press in and not feel bad about goofing up. And hey, nice clean cut. This fabric style. Now that cut is not going to stay clean. That is why I'm going to use what I'm going to use. That back where it goes. Toss the scraps in the place where I recycle fabric scraps. Make other things with them. Get my nifty little scissors here. And I'm not sure if I can really make this show up on screen so much, but I'm going to try. Let's try cut it from the other angle. What you're supposed to do is cut. Let's just do this like kind of backwards, like. And just follow the line that you cut. Well, that wasn't very beautiful, was it? It's all right though. Working toward it, working through it. Maybe because this is a little bit wet, it's not as pretty. It's okay though. Not blocking the way. Hang on. I don't think so. Can you see? Yeah, I can see. This is really doing it kind of backwards, but I'm trying to keep my other fingers along the edge here, so I'm taking just the amount I want, keeping it as straight as possible. I'm just going for function here, not necessarily for perfect fashion, just function, so that this does not fray. Come on. There we go. Alright, now, again, scraps, where the scraps go. I'm going to just leave one with this kind of edge, you know, maybe, I don't know. Now, you don't want to iron on your spinner board. You can iron, you know, on this cloth and on the what do they call that, the cork board. You can iron on that, but you don't want to iron on the spinner, so I moved that out of the way. There, now you saw those in action. Let's see what they do. Well, not much if I miss the other side, so let's just go ahead and I'll do the other side pretty much the best I can. I'll iron that down as well. Spray this down. Make sure it stays down. Again, I'm just going for more for function than anything else. And I got curled up, man. So I can reverse that, no problem. That's what the spray stuff does. It reverses the curl. Alright, now I got it real wet. Use the tip of this to really get it rolled a little bit. Move away my other items out of the way so they don't get messed up. That's good. There you go. Just doing basically a press. So they stay nice and pressed. Ooh, careful now. This is not really on a tripod. Make sure I don't do too much, not without wetting it, so that I can make sure I don't burn this nice fabric. I got it set on the wool setting right now. Yeah. Would have steam in there, but yeah, for now, let's get press. Press is when you just hold it down there and wait for it to do its thing. There we go. And of course I have my thing that helps things get pressed even further. It is a clapper board, Taylor's clapper. And hold that there for like 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And that should help press things down and dry things out. 4, 3, 2, 1. You got to use the other side because, hey, why not? 4, 3, 2, 1. You almost forgot about my tailor's clapper, but you don't want to do that if you're a tailor. I'm not necessarily a tailor, but I use the tools. Let's check it out. Still got these scissors, so I'm going to go ahead and cut these. Cut this as is intended. Straight line as possible. And it's just fine. Just to stop for a moment, if I were doing this for a client, I would be drawing a solid line that I would follow carefully with these scissors or any cutting tool, so that way the line is as perfect as is possible. For this purposes of this demonstration, this is only for function, to see these scissors in action. Pinking Shears by Jeremy. I probably could be cutting a lot more straight. But again, I just want to get these a good bite on the clothing. I could be cutting, one layer at a time. Should probably be more efficient. It's the first time I'm really using these scissors, so bear with me. And all that works a lot better on one layer. All right then, let's just switch to one layer. Yeah, it's a lot sharper on one layer. See, that's definitely true. Yep, works way better on one layer. There we go. Good gravy. And just take the scraps out of the way. All right. And so I'll show you the little transformation it's doing so far. You can probably see the edges look a little pointy, especially on this first side here. More pointiness. I really can't tell what the camera's getting, but there you are. So I'm going to flip that again like that. So that way I can just cut it like long ways like this. This is not holding. And anyway, and I'm working near a hot iron, so unless you know what you're doing, don't try this at home, kids. I'm going to turn this over here because I'm going to try to cut this way. And that's excessive. And I'm pretty much mauling these pants terribly. But I'm going to try to cut toward. This is just a demonstration of these scissors in action. There we go. I'm not quite the most professional person to be using these scissors, but hey, you know, do what you can. You know what? I kind of like the ends a little bit. You only get one chance to be right about this, so I'm going to go ahead and settle and take a look here at what I've got going on before I completely settle. I'll get clean up my mess. I've got a whole bin of fabric scraps I just pulled it into. And put the scissors back like that. And then go ahead and clean it up a bit. There we go. Nice. And definitely all cleaned up a little bit. And mess with that later. Alright, and I'm going to spray that area down so I can just press it some more. Get rid of this nice crease that I put here. And go ahead and get a press on there. 1, 2, actually we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now, Taylor's clapper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know, it's probably good for 5 seconds or more, but whatever. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that should really get nice flatness. So you see, that's pretty much what you got left over is right here is all of these edges are they're serrated now. They look a lot better than they did before. Granted, they're not the straightest edges in the world, but you know what? It's a lot better than it was, and I did not have to sew anything, so that's good. That's what I was going for. This is me, aka Mr. Variety. You're just watching me get sewing with it. There's several layers of stuff going on that table right now, but that's how I designed it, so that I can do layers. Over here is a t-shirt set I'm going to get ready to iron and everything like that. I'm going to use this as my ironing place for the t-shirts, because you need a really super flat big space for the t-shirts, and this is perfectly flat and ironable, and it's got some cloth there to iron. Well, anyway, I gotta get going. This is Jeremy, and blah blah blah. I probably could do music. That's my website and stuff. Check it on out, and peace.